Recently, the Tonys were held in New York. It's a night to showcase Broadway plays and musicals. Here at the Damascus Library in the Senior Center,
this is the last of an 8-week session of Music in Motion, and we've been doing a different Broadway musical each week, and today is Grease. Boogity, 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 boogity.
Polly Baldridge is showcasing musicals also for the Montgomery County Recreation Department. The class had an 8-week course called Now Playing, which featured different musicals.
So most of us have heard these songs. It occurred to me as I was planning, like a lot of these people watched Grease for the first time when it came out. Thought we could just have a little icebreaker and start off with a little 1950s Name That tune.
Attending the class was Montgomery County Council member Dawn Lukey.
Lollipop, lollipop, oh lolly, 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 lollipop.
Who has had experience on the stage, starring in Hello, Dolly.
I have a favor to ask of you.
Yes, ma'am.
You're sitting in the front row. We can't see the front of your T-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Production.
Yeah, so it was Hello, Dolly. Dolly was the last person I got to play, which was a lot of fun and a great way for families and of all ages to get together and work collectively on a project. And that's really fun. This is really fun.
So Grease, the musical, takes place in 1959 at Rydell High School. Usually we went through sort of the plot of the musical. Yeah. They go to a pajama party, had this wonderful time over the summer, but then when they get back together, they're part of peer groups that don't really go together. Then they go to a picnic, and Danny has decided that he's willing to make some changes for himself to fit in with Sandy. Sandy comes to the party, and she's sort of prim and proper. And Rizzo basically calls her out and says, "Look at me, I'm Sandra Dee." She makes a decision. She's not going to be Sandra Dee anymore, and there's sort of this plot twist. But then I would create activities around the different songs. Rock and roll invites us to be a little bit more sensual, a little bit more
But this class isn't just about singing.
Tell me more, tell me more.
There's a reason this class is called Music in Motion.
So I just feel like people need to have more fun. I'm wearing my Bobby socks. For me, when I think exercise, I think drudgery, like, oh, I gotta go to the gym. For me, I know some people love that, but I think dancing is like good for your spirit, and so then also you're getting movement in there and whatever, and maybe you don't even realize that you've been exercising, but you have been. Plus, it's huge coordination.
Tap, clap, clap, over, switch, fist.
These are all like the precursors to the Running Man and the sprinkler.
Those things are actually really helpful for seniors, but for anyone, right? You can lose coordination, and it just sort of builds and keeps things fresh. And a lot of movement and just sort of keeping the beat. Cha-cha and over there. And that stuff, all of that is really good for your mental faculties. And good. Can you style your hair? I'm like, I don't know, right? Because memory is physical. It's like in your body. So you start playing these songs, and they start like doing jitterbug or whatever thing, and it's like, when was the last time that you did that? Wakes your whole body up and your system up. You can start moving those hips a little bit. Make sure all your joints are working. Yeah, that's awesome.
After the singing and dancing, Polly Baldridge believes it's also time for reflection.
Storytelling time we've done each week.
I was born up in a boarding school.
Each senior reflected on when they were seniors in high school.
And guess what's happening in October? My 50-year high school reunion. I'm like, how did that happen?
I think I'd write a letter to myself and say, don't worry so much about the future.
I was an extreme introvert back then. Be a little more adventurous and not be afraid to to step out and do things that are outside of my little box that I was in.
Graduated 1964 from Alborz High School in Tehran, Iran. Those were the richest, beautiful times I can remember.
Tell me more, tell me more.
Music in Motion ended for the summer. Polly Baldridge is still confirming her teaching plans for the fall.
Oh, summer. Go like this.
But these seniors are hoping she has another act for them. In Damascus, I'm Mike Springirth reporting.
Yeah, jazz hands, that's amazing. Holy moly, that was awesome.